As my siblings and I have gotten older, the playroom has morphed into serving many different purposes. For many years, it doubled as a schoolroom with desks and bookcases lining the walls. After that, I think we had some assorted mattresses on the floor in there and kind of used it as a guest room. And then most recently, it has been morphed into a sort of storage room. We've shut off all the doors and we just pile extra chairs and other random junk in there.
Hey friends, it's Katie from Without a Crystal Ball. Welcome back to my channel. It is Monday, July 15th, 2024. I hope everyone's having a wonderful day. Jana Duggar's quote-unquote soft launch, maybe, maybe not, of her new man, maybe, maybe not, and her possible engagement, maybe, maybe not, has been going on for about a week. She posted photographs with her brother John and his wife Abby in South Carolina where she appeared to be wearing an engagement ring. Now, there's still no confirmation. We're over a week away from that. We're a week removed from that post, but she did upload this video of a remodel that they did of the kids' playroom back when the house was built. The TLC company and Discovery put together this beautiful playroom for the family. Apparently that had not been touched in the 20 so years since the house was built, and Jana apparently wanted to give it a facelift. So she shares that she's going to be doing this project. She says that this is a couple years ago that they did this. Hard to know why she would then be posting this now. Mixed within that is a photograph of Jana literally in a dress, like a gown, and she has cropped a guy out of this photo, which is weird. The whole scheme of this project that she posted, she really didn't post any photographs of herself, not that many. And this specific photo just seems strange because she's like in a gown and the guy that she has cropped out has a suit on, and she's clearly not wanting to show his face. This is not the first time she's done careful editing in the past. There's a photograph of her and her mom, Michelle, from her Mother's Day, and it looks like she blurred out the ring on her finger. And people said that it looks like she's blurring out the ring on this photograph. Now, I don't know when this was, and maybe she wasn't even engaged then, but this relationship has been apparently, if it's been going on for several years, which then makes me wonder if it really is Stephen Wissmann, because that was the only relationship that I knew existed and had apparently not moved forward after everything happened with Josh. Everything kind of got put on a pause when Josh was arrested because, well, naturally, Jim Bob and Michelle needed Jana to come pick up the pieces and help them raise Anna's kids. And if you remember, while Josh was on house arrest, Anna basically, this is what happened, she left her kids. She left them at the Duggars house, and she basically moved in with Josh and his guardian, who were the Reavers. And she wasn't supposed to live there. She had a baby, or she was pregnant at the time, and she sometimes brought Mariella, sometimes not. And then after she had the baby, would bring the baby there with her, but she wasn't supposed to move in. But she did, because she wanted to stay with Josh, because apparently while this was all going on, she was being told that her duty as his wife was to be there for him and to fulfill his needs. And so basically what that did to Jana was it left 7 or 6 kids or 5 kids at home that were being unsupervised, and all of that childcare fell onto Jana and to Michelle. It was during that same period that while Jana was watching the kids, Mariella escaped from the warehouse, which was where Anna was living with the kids and wandered about a half mile to a 3/4 mile out of the property onto a county road in the middle of the road and was found by a stranger. And she had apparently fallen asleep. That's what she told police. And when they came to the house to try to reconnect her with the child, she told them that she didn't know the child. And then she told the police she was going to go to the police station and she would talk with them there because they still believed the child was connected to the Duggars. And so she agreed to go to the police station, but then she got into the car and then she backed it out and then she called her attorney. Instead of going to the police station, she kind of defied them and then brought the attorney in. The poor child was separated from the family for hours, and she wouldn't have actually gotten a ticket or even gotten in trouble had she just cooperated. But because she didn't cooperate, they cited her for child endangerment. She then went on to Instagram and posted a story downplaying what happened, which actually isn't the truth of what happened, and that made the judge angry, and she was then fined the maximum for this situation. And it was at that point that she was fined. There was an ongoing CPS investigation into her and to the kids. And at that point, Jana was moved out of the house that she was living in with the Duggars and was moved into sort of this trailer that is on the patio of their house next to the basketball court / volleyball court. So she gets this child endangerment because she's helping Anna because Anna needs to go fulfill her wifely duties. And ultimately, even though she lies to police, and I can understand because she's told not to trust them and she's very paranoid and they're in the middle of this criminal trial, I have a lot of empathy for her, to be honest. But at that point, when that happened, like all discussions about her being involved with anyone ceased, and you didn't see it anymore. No more photos leaked of her with him. They were at a 4th of July event. They were at his house together. There was a lot of evidence, and people were telling me that they were courting, and then it suddenly ended. So now I don't know. Maybe it never did end. Maybe it was paused. Last week, there was a registry that popped up like a day after the photograph of her wearing the ring showed up, but I do not believe that this is actually a real one because the website is Zola, and a previous Zola registry for Stephen and Jana had been posted there in 2021, and this one also doesn't appear to be real. They have a ton of items on there. Nothing's been purchased. It lists the actual location of the wedding, which they claim to be is in Nebraska at a church that doesn't really make sense for the family. It's a Mennonite church, and the Wissmanns aren't Mennonites. So I don't know, like either way, that registry doesn't appear to be real, and it claims that the wedding is in August. At the same time, there could be some truth to this because when everything was posted by Jana, she posted that she was in South Carolina. Come to find out that one of Stephen's sisters posted a photograph of her and another one of her sisters at the beach in South Carolina that Jana was at with John and Abby. And the girls actually tagged John and Abby for this calisthenics workout that they did together. This is one of the younger sisters of Stephen. At the time that she posted the photographs with John and Abby and the ring, Stephen, he posted to his Instagram, and he hadn't posted in a very long time, to show that he was camping with his brothers. So, if she wants to keep this private, she's not doing the most effective job. It almost feels like this is all being done to build interest and intrigue in it, to cause conversations about it. We know that last week, Josh Duggar reported by In Touch leaking to whoever that he wanted to write a tell-all book, that he was going to go after his sisters, that he was mad at his sisters, that he was mad at his parents, that he was not going to take responsibility for any of this. And Jana Duggar goes off and says she's not going to make videos anymore. So suddenly Jana's back to making videos. The Duggar family isn't sharing Jana's videos to their website, which is kind of weird. Usually they post the videos that are made by their different people that they're pushing, one of the kids. to their Duggar family website. None of her posts have been made there, but regardless, Jana shows up on the spot after Joy steps away, incidentally. So I'm wondering, is like Jim Bob like, you need to go away because now it's time for Jana? Or if really Joy and Austin made the choice on their own. It's so hard to know. But if she's trying to be private, she's not. Like, it's all being done covertly. If the photograph is actually the guy that she's with, if his sisters are actually with them when they're in South Carolina. We don't know if Hannah and Jeremiah were with them too. So is that why they're with John and Abby, right? But at the same time, Hannah and Jeremiah would have probably been photographed and shared in those photos if they were with them, right? The registry is the only part of this that doesn't make a lot of sense to me and I don't think is real. But beyond that, if it is anyone, it very well could be Stephen Wissmann, which again is the guy that she was courting back in 2021. And if that's the case, this is literally like the longest relationship that's ever happened, because I can't think of any of the courtships that lasted this long. It could have been that maybe they disconnected for a minute and then reconnected because neither one of them were able to get married. I mean, mind you, Stephen has maintained singleness and she has maintained singleness throughout that entire time. I don't know. Stephen works for his family. He's also a pilot. He's, I think, a couple years younger than Jana, but beyond that, he's a good-looking dude. He's very conservative. He's from the same fundamentalist sect of Christianity, but he's not part of the IBLP. So I had spoken at one point to one of the older sisters who said that the family left the IBLP years and years and years ago. However, they're still like fundamentalist Baptist, so their beliefs are close enough to the Duggars that they follow similar guidelines. However, their daughters wear clothing that's pants. They're not as strict about that kind of stuff. And then one of their older daughters actually moved out on her own and wasn't married. So they seem to have different beliefs about the ladies in the family. Like the girls have a little bit more freedom than they do in the Duggar household. Not to say that if she married into the family that she wouldn't be, I don't know, more free, or if he would rein things in and make her be more like Jim Bob would want her to be. I don't know. Another thing I wanted to point out was that Hannah Duggar, who is Jeremiah's wife, who is also Stephen's sister, she has been kind of stuck in the crosshairs of the feud between Jim Bob and Jill, because if you recall, she wanted Jill and Derek to come to the birthday party of their daughter, and Jim Bob got really mad and tried to uninvite them to the party, and Jill and Derek went anyway, which happened on the same day as Christmas. So, and that's when the baby's birthday is. So Hannah doesn't seem to like have the same rules or follow the same rules as the rest of the family. She also wears jeans. So it's hard to know. It really is. It's so hard to know. So is it Stephen? Are they getting married? Why is Jana posting that photograph? Is this all diversion? What are your thoughts? Make sure to leave some comments in the comments below. Give this video a thumbs up and make sure to subscribe to my channel if you haven't subscribed and click on the bell so you never miss a video. Bye guys.